Hamilton Day is quickly becoming my favorite day on this channel. Lin-Manuel Miranda has me hooked. And today, it is a 3-pack of Hamilton songs. We've got Farmer Refuted, You'll Be Back, and Right Hand Man. Let's get into it. Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS, and I feel a little bit less of a Hamilton noob than I did when I started this series. And today, I'll be honest, the reactions are a little bit scuffed. We've got Farmer Refuted, the original cast. That one's fine. I had to do something a little bit special to You'll Be Back. You'll find out what that is in just a moment. And then stick around for the final one, Right Hand Man, because that's a little bit odd as well, just with some of the original cast videos I got for these. If you like this series, by the way, if you know someone else who digs Hamilton, make sure to pass this video along to them and check and see if you are subscribed. I'm thinking when we get done with the musical, maybe we check out some of those animatics. That could be a lot of fun too. But I want to get right into this today. Farmer Refuted, we're starting off. And it's funny, like every time I do these, I have to remember where we were and what we were doing. The Schuyler sisters, right? They just came through, and that was a number and a half. So how are we gonna follow that up?
My name is Samuel Seabury, and I present free thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Congress. Heed not the rabble who scream revolution. They have not your interest at
That guy's voice is pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting, like, this is gonna sound silly. I wasn't expecting traditional musical out of some of these, you know, like the formal singing parts. Oh, look at that. Lin-Manuel Miranda just happy that his creation is coming to light here. I'm turning up my personal speaker because you guys have pointed this out. I've done radio my whole life and I am deaf. I wasn't able to get closed captioning for these, but I am trying to find those in the future.
and free thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Congress. Heed not the rabble who scream revolution. They have not your interest at heart.
Oh my God, tear this dude apart.
Chaos and bloodshed are not a solution. Do let them lead you astray.
Okay, so I was wrong. That is not Lin-Manuel Miranda sitting there proud of his creation. That's Alexander Hamilton thinking about how he's going to eviscerate this Continental Congress. I guess like the early days of a journalist. Oh, by the way, I broke out my Patrick Henry shirt today.
This Congress does not speak for me.
Let him be.
They're playing a dangerous game. I pray the king shows you his mercy. For shame, for shame.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've seen this face before. This is the face. If this was pro wrestling, the glass would have broken and Stone Cold Steve Austin would be coming out with a couple beers right now. But this ties back into Aaron Burr, sir. Because Burr pointed out that, like, getting into fights with every single person who you want to convince is ultimately just going to tip everyone off to your cause, right? And even here, Burr was like, dude, you got to take it easy a little bit, take it easy, but I don't think Hamilton's going to be able to do that.
For shame.
Yeah, he'd have you all unravel at the sound of screams, but the revolution is coming. The have-nots are gonna win this. That's all to listen to you with a straight face. Chaos and bloodshed already haunts us. Honestly, you should.
the mocking him with the scroll. Dude, he took your own beat and is looping on you right now, like 2 seconds in.
That's all to listen to you with a straight face. Chaos and bloodshed already haunts us. Honestly, you shouldn't even talk. And what about Boston? Look at the cost and all that we've lost, and you talk about
Congress does not speak.
My dog speaks more eloquently than me.
Okay, proving that Twitter arguments existed back in 1776. This is every Facebook argument, except instead of somebody's, 62-year-old niece and all of your friends, you've got this dude with a jaw that could cut granite and Lin-Manuel Miranda going at it.
My dog speaks
Hey, that rhymed. Yo, I'm learning.
more eloquently than me. But strangely, your mange is the same.
Woo! Woo!
Your mange is the
I
same.
the king shows you his mercy.
Is he in Jersey?
For shame.
For the revolution!
For shame.
For the revolution! If you repeat yourself again, I'm gonna scream. Honestly, look at me, please. Don't read.
Not your interest.
Don't modulate the key, then not debate with me. Why should a tiny island across the
Dude, do we get more of these throughout the musical where Hamilton is just flat up clowning on people?
sea regulate the price of tea?
Alexander, please.
Burr, I'd rather be divisive than indecisive. Drop the niceties.
Okay, so unfortunately that is where Farmer Refuted ended. The clip that I had. I don't know if there's a longer version. That's what I've seen from the original cast, the channel I've been using for that one. Now we go into You'll Be Back, and this is this one's a little bit scuffed. So what I did here, somebody recorded their TV and posted a 2020 recording from their TV. The audio, because I always check that ahead of time just to make sure no one's dropping F-bombs in the middle of it. The audio was terrible. So what I did, I took the original cast recording and using my radio skills, I did my best to sync up the original cast recording with this 2020 video. So it may be a little out of sync, but we're going to get the words. We're going to get them in a really good fashion and the gist of the visual. I hope you like it. Like I said, I went out of my way to make sure that this was palatable. It just has a little frame hold at the beginning, which is a very interesting place to hold on a man in tights. I just realized that.
You say the price of my love is not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement.
The faces. I mean, that is a pretty solid, like, oh, dude, RBF to the max with this guy. And this isn't the king in the original recording, so I'm excited to see later on maybe what that dude looks like.
Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man.
And there are some of these spots where it'll get out of sync. Don't worry, I resynced it. Like there.
You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell.
Dude, this is like the theme to every corny 70s and 80s sitcom. You know what? It's funny, the contrast in styles, right? America, the new, the revolution is, as we would see it, more modern, right? Rap, hip hop, all that kind of stuff. And then the king, who sort of represents the old school, has the very, it kind of reminds me of the song Turn It Off, right? From the Book of Mormon. It's that level of like beat.
You remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love.
Dude, send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. I don't want to say this sounds like an abusive parent, but I don't have any shoes around here. If they fit, if the crown fits, maybe the king should put it on. But again, a very accurate depiction of how things were going at the time. Is it wrong to vibe with a tyrant asking for a friend?
You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone.
You can see the bottom of the person's TV where I got this from. Again, if this is confusing, this would have sounded like someone recording their TV. I dubbed in the original recording over this. So this is not this guy's voice. But the guy whose voice this is kicking butt right now. The music is awesome. And I mean, the actor, dude, you don't get to play, what is it, King George without knowing a thing or two about a thing or two and having cannoli hair, apparently.
And no, don't change the subject.
My man, you got a little... Well, you know what? You're the king. It's good. You're fine.
'Cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My royal subject.
I don't want to kink shame. You know what? It's okay. You're the king. You know what? You king away, buddy.
Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
So psychotic.
You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise.
It's like that scene in Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory where they're going through the tunnel and he's just singing this nursery rhymey kind of song, but it's this horrific imagery. Man is clear like a rabid dog at the moment, but the song is so pleasant that you want to vibe with it. I just can't co-sign on some of the other stuff he's doing.
And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da.
I almost turned into him and started drooling everywhere. It's the definition of... That's even worse than gaslighting, my dude. How do they make you appreciate a singer while simultaneously despising everything their character stands for at the same time? A little shimmy shake. I can get with it. Okay, so this part again was not in this part was not in the person recording their TV. I just held the frame here so we have something pretty to look at. But in the original they say everybody, and I'm assuming his subjects come out. Get a little bit of that action. Maybe like a little bit of that. I don't know. We got that going for us, which is nice. But, okay, so that is the end of You'll Be Back. And now we're getting into Right Hand Man. So, again, to reiterate, trying to wrap my brain around it, let me know in the comments if I screwed this up somehow. That's the hard part about doing it blind, right? It seems to me like there was the scene in Farmer Refuted. Then, after that argument, it sort of cut away, kind of like a meanwhile at the lair of the best friends, and we see this scene, and then it's kind of going to go back to, meanwhile, back in Philadelphia. Now, I have to warn you, this video is a little bit scuffed as well. It's the original cast video, but it was the only one I could find. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so here's what we've got going on here. I know, and can I fix this? Can we fix this live in living color? Let's do this. A little bit of this action. I cannot fix the stars. I think the person did that because they don't want to get copy claimed, which I can understand. But this version has subtitles, so or closed captioning or whatever. So I will be able to see like a decorative. This is almost like a lyric video in some regards. here just because I got so confused. The fact that we jumped to British Admiral Howe's got 32,000 troops in New York Harbor after this, you know, little da-da-da-da, I was so confused that even though I've looked up the track list for this, I had to re-look this up. And then because you get people also ask, I saw as Lin-Manuel Miranda, billionaire, and I had to figure that one out. So that's what I was doing there. But, yeah, no, we're in the right spot for this. I was just amazed. It feels like that was a huge jump in time to where we are now. So I'm with it. I'll go back a little bit here, just so you know, because I was super blown away at just how fast things have started to move here. Because that's the Schuyler sister. See, we've already got the war drums, like...
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor, I knew it was the only way to rise up. If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise up. We will fight for this land, but there's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up.
So yeah, it really did skip ahead here. We've got, like now, because now they've got their uniforms, they're ready to go. They've, you know, bestowed the coat on him, and they're going. I don't know. Like today, I thought, for some reason, I figured like the whole first act of Hamilton was going to be them thinking about stuff, kibitzing about stuff, talking about stuff, and lo and behold, no, we're going. This thing is happening.
It's the only way to rise up, rise up. Here he comes. Here comes the general.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here comes the general.
the moment you've been waiting for.
Here comes the general.
The pride of Mount Vernon,
Here comes the general.
George Washington.
What? Why am I so dumb? I know that. That's a thing I know, but just to hear George Washington in this context jumped out at me.
Outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond.
This is feeling like a DMX video. Always talking about being outmanned and outgunned and what am I gonna do?
Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Now I'm the model of a modern major general.
That is a throwback. I recognize that line. I don't remember what it's from.
Invaded Virginian veteran whose men are all lining up to put me up on a pedestal, writing letters to relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room, the truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom. Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep leading when the people I'm leading keep retreating? We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn. Night takes Rook, but look, we are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned.
This song is brutal. Man. And I've been sitting here, I know I just went like a minute without reacting, and it's like, oh, brother. But the context of it, you know, you think about it, and you think about being in that situation where, all right, we've got this revolution going. Oh, the British just sent everybody, and now what do we do? And again, is General Washington, you can't be the one to let your guard down because then everyone else will. And the music, they say that people identify either with the lyrics of songs first or the music of songs first, and it kind of just has to do with the way your brain is wired. And I try to think about that when I react to this stuff. And the music, the emotions that it evokes is this sense of desperation, and the lyrics are the same way. It's like they're looking for kind of they're looking for the thing that's going to turn this around. And then, of course, we got the doofy stars in the background, but we're seeing past it.
We gotta make it all out stand. Hey, yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man.
They might have a more effective time if they used actual guns instead of just running around rhythmically going, buck, buck, buck. Just saying.
They're battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the stamina God has granted us. Hamilton won't abandon us. Yo, let's steal the cannons.
Nice.
And watch the blood and spray. And blow goes the cannon, we're abandoning Kid State. And there's another shipping. This little southern tipping. We gotta run a Harlem quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses, giddy up. I decide to divvy up my forces. This skittish as the British cut the city up. This close to giving up. Facing mad scrutiny, I scream in the face of this mass mutiny. Of the Eastermen with which I am to defend America.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much, this is what you got. I hate to say it that way, but you're literally using like tea as gunpowder at this point, beating them away with pots and pans, whatever you can do. Oh my goodness. And you really get this vibe of like the actual fighting in the streets. People's homes are like their headquarters, and just anything you can do to get any advantage you can. Again, it took this good vibes kind of thing and made it into just this raw. You know what I mean?
Right at midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I cannot be everywhere at once. People, I'm in dire need of assistance.
Your Excellency, sir.
Who are you?
Aaron Burr, sir. Permission to state my case.
As you were.
Sir, I was a captain under General Montgomery until he caught a bullet in the neck in Quebec. Well, in summary, I think that I could be of some assistance. I admire how you keep firing on the British from a distance. I have some questions, a couple of suggestions on how to fight instead of fleeing west.
Yes.
Well,
This is almost like, and I know this is still in Right Hand Man, but this is almost like Aaron Burr, Sir, reprise. Because this break in the middle here, they've gone back to that rhyme scheme.
Your Excellency, you wanted to see me?
Hamilton, come in. Have you met Burr?
Yes, sir. We keep meeting.
as I was saying, sir, I look forward to seeing your strategy play out.
Burr,
Sir.
close the door on your way out.
F's in chat for Aaron Burr.
Wrong, sir.
On the contrary, I called you here because our odds are beyond scary. Your reputation precedes you, but I have to laugh.
Sir?
Hamilton, how come no one can get you on their staff?
Sir.
Don't get me wrong. You're a young man of great renown. I know you stole British cannons when we were still downtown. Nathaniel Greene and Henry Knox wanted to hire
Yeah,
you.
to be their secretary. I don't think so.
Now, why are you upset?
I'm not.
It's all right. You want to fight. You've got a hunger.
Again, I keep coming back to this, circling back to Lin-Manuel Miranda's body language in all of this, and how it keeps changing the more confidence he seems to get as Alexander Hamilton. Again, not the actor playing the role, but the role itself in the context of the play. He has that quiver in his voice, and it came across as meekness early on, but now, and again, when you look at him and the way he's standing, leaning forward, leaning into what's going on, it's like I don't know, if you've ever been in a situation in your life where you're so mad you can barely speak, that is what the quiver is now. Like, he's so fired up when he's saying, yeah, to be somebody's secretary in the middle of a GD war, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. And he kind of, like he's insulted by it, and you feel that. And it's just so, I love that decision. It's such a good choice.
And Henry Knox wanted to hire
Yeah,
you.
to be their secretary. I don't think so.
Now, why are you upset?
I'm not.
It's all right. You want to fight. You've got a hunger. I was just like you when I was younger. Head full of fantasies of dying like a martyr.
Yes.
Dying is easy. Young man living is harder.
Oof.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm being honest. I'm working with a third of what our Congress has promised. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load. So?
Yo, okay.
I am not throwing away my shots.
Son, we are out.
I need all the help you can get. I have some friends, Lawrence, Mulligan, Marquita, Lafayette. Okay, what else?
I don't mean to laugh, but we have a third of what the Continental Congress said we would have for war. What do you have? I got these 3 dudes, you know? But again, they've got main character armor, so you know they're going to be bringing some more.
I need some spies on the inside, some kingsmen who might let some things slide. Went to Congress and tell them we need supplies. You rally the guys, master the element of surprise. I rise above my station, organize your information till we rise to the occasion of our new nation. Rise up.
I like it. That immediately like reinvigorated everybody. That sir, whoo, if you don't snap to attention when you hear that, you are dead, my friends.
Of our new nation. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up.
And his right hand man. Boom.
There we go. There you go. Love to see it. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You love it. And I always love these in musicals, the moment where the dude center stage, you know, and the strong ending to the series of songs, so now we can get the set change. This was a ball. This was a blast. This was, my friends, some very, very good stuff today. And like I said at the beginning, Hamilton Day quickly becoming my favorite day on the channel for this very reason. You know, it's 10 in the morning, right? I just finished making this video, and now, like, I'm ready to run through a wall with the rest of my Sunday because of how fired up I got after this one. So, see, now they got me doing it like in the video. So, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I hope you're enjoying this ride with me. Make sure to subscribe if you want to keep on it. Yeah, and again, thanks, friends, for being here. All that good stuff. I will see you for apparently the revolution